Hey, it's 10 p.m. and it's cold.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So it's 10 p.m. here in sunny Spain. Now, tonight, I thought I'll show you how hot it is. Now, I'm in the basement, guys. Can you see that? Can I just get the light on that? Now, if you can see, it's just touching 30. 30 inside. Now, I've got a whirly thing up there that's supposed to keep my head cool. I've got another fan here, but if I put that on, all my paperwork will just blow all over the place. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit hot, and I think tomorrow is even going to be hotter. I mean, apparently after tomorrow the temperature's dropping, and I think Thursday it's saying we might have a bit of cloud, but it's still humid. Anyway, anybody coming out to Spain, plenty of suntan lotion, guys, because you're going to need it. So anyway, let's have a look at the comments. I've got 20 in the house, so don't forget, guys, 20 likes. It's got to be 20 likes. It don't cost you nothing. So here we go. We got Ian, Susan. God. I'm sorry if I get the name. It looks like Arena. I got Simon again. Oh no, that's another. Sorry, Simon. In the correct channel, yes. Bentley Boys in, Kev, Brit Mod Scott, Des, Crazy Dog, Mum. I've got to love that one. Anyway, as you probably, as Simon just said, then I'm on the right channel tonight because this morning I had a bit of a brain relapse. Hopefully not dementia, but this morning I was on the wrong channel. I went, when I do my live 5 minutes on a Sunday morning, I'm on another channel. But I was amazed. Still 10 of you managed to get on there. Anyway, what I've done, because you see, I'm really, being nice to you guys and girls. I actually added those, the ones that got it right, free magnet Sunday. I've added it to the list. So tonight we got 33 of you, and up for grabs tonight, as always, it will be the free magnet subscribers magnet thingy, and I'm chucking in Chris's free magnet as well. So you've got to get 2 stickers in one. So that's good. It's all in Lucky Yogi's hat there, and I don't want to drop it all over the floor. But anyway, that I'll be doing that probably about 10:30ish. I always seem to go over the time because I can't believe how quick the time goes. So temperatures today apparently it was 37 in the shade, but I think it's a lot more than that. I mean, even now, we're talking 10 o'clock at night, and we're talking 29 in the house. Oh, Yogi, talking about Yogi, he always said he's a top man, and he's bought me a cup of coffee and half a Kit Kat. Inflation, Yogi, that's what it's all about. Right, okay, so we'll go past Crazy Dog Mum, Carol, Donna, Yogi, Jim, Katie. Well done, guys, for all being in. And Yogi's now got 17 likes so far. I've got 32 of you. Come on, didn't cost you nothing to press the like button. And Steve's in now at long last. So I'm going to get straight in with the questions. Straight in the questions. And believe it or not, tonight's first question is by Yogi. And it is, this is a good question. When bringing your pets across to the UK, from the UK to Spain, what process do you have to go through? Okay, obviously now it's a lot easier now. I don't know if you can remember the old days when you had to bring your pet in and had to go into a kennels and to be stuck in a kennels for 3 or 4 months. Quarantine, wasn't it? Well, all that's finished now, thankfully. So now to bring a pet, cat or a dog from the UK, or could be a bird because we brought a bird over. You need an animal health certificate, proof of a microchip and rabies vaccination, and the declaration that the move isn't for commercial reasons. So what's that mean? I mean, you think? I suppose that's for people that do dog breeding. I suppose maybe I don't know. I wouldn't have thought. Yeah. Anyway, I can understand it. A UK pet passports are no longer valid for entry into the EU, so you'll need to obtain an animal health certificate from your vet. Now, once you get into Spain, because I can remember Bonnie when we brought Bonnie over, she had her own passport, little picture of her, and obviously all the details about her health, obviously vaccinations, those sort of things. But once you get into Spain, you go to your veterinary. Now, our vets didn't charge us for ours, but you get a Spanish, like a Spanish dog passport or Spanish cat passport. We didn't get a passport for the birds, thankfully, but yeah, they do get a passport. So yeah, so all you got to remember, guys, you need an animal health certificate. No doubt, in the UK, they're going to charge you some rip-off price, from what I hear. I think I've known some guys that bring over their dogs, and they pay over 100 quid. I don't know if that's true. I think if you go to a proper vet, they probably charge you, I don't know, say 10 or 20 quid. But I know over some vets, some veterinary places, the ones that are all posh, because ours used to be posh. Well, I used to live near Blandford. We used to go in there. It was all posh and shiny. And I think just to book an appointment, it was 25 quid. And we even sent the dog in. So, yeah, animal health certificate. So, just remember that. So, Mike and Yvonne are in. Well done, guys. I think you're still in the UK in sunny Yorkshire. Now, I was speaking to my brother tonight. Now, he didn't live in Yorkshire. He lives in Germany. But he was saying it was 17. God, that's winter to me. But he did say it's very humid. So I don't know what like in the UK at the moment. I haven't said any. And nobody said it's. Oh, Sean, it's raining there in the UK. It's foggy. It shouldn't be because we're still in the summer, aren't we? But anyway, just give me your weather reports. Make me feel a lot better while I'm sweating away here behind the screen. Phil's in. Hi, Sean, top man. New haircut. Well, I've had it for a couple of weeks now, Phil. Right. Maria is in. Bonus Tardis, Sean from Maria and Dave. Top people. John B's in. Well done. Okay, so we got 34 in the house. So we got another question there. And guess who that's from? Yogi. Now, he did send me a message tonight because I always, guys, I'm always asking for questions. And Yogi did say to me, Sean, do you want any questions tonight? And I said, no, tonight you can leave it because it's a little bit late anyway. So next week we'll have a few more questions from Yogi. But guys, if you've got any questions in the live, please add it on there and I'll get round to answering it for you. But here's another one from Yogi. Are there many local vets near Campasol? If so, which one would you recommend and why? So, another good question. So I think it's pretty important. I find a lot of people that come here without no pets end up usually with a dog. And not just one dog, probably end up with 2 or 3 dogs. Because there's loads of stray dogs here in Force. Not I don't mean stray in the sense they're walking about. We got quite a few dog charities. Obviously they look after like kennels and whatever, and they're trying to rehome dogs that unfortunately get dumped. And some of those dogs get dumped by actual people that have had enough of Spain and going back to the UK, and they just leave the dogs there. But yeah, so we got on Campasol, we got 2 vets. We got one on A, which is the one I use because it's just across the road to me. And I can't even pronounce the name of it, but other than it's called a veterinary vets. But the one on B is called Happy Pets. That's on Campasol B in the shopping area there, and good results from them. Everybody's always happy. I think they got a dog groomer in there as well. I believe the one that we've got actually has a dog groomer as well. You want to get your dog trimmed. Now, thankfully, with Bonnie, she ain't long haired, so we don't have to take Bonnie in for a trim. But I know for the dogs that's got lots of fluffy stuff on them, they have to get shaved, don't they? And I've noticed there's quite a few dog groomers about. There's a new dog groomers opened up on called Tail and something. I can't think of the name. I mentioned that the other week thinking about it because it used to be the old barber shop, which is quite interesting, isn't it? A barber shop turned into a dog groomers. But I know there's quite a few dog groomers about because there is a lot of dogs and cats here on campus. So yeah. And the one good thing about the vets here, they ain't no rip-off prices. They're pretty good. I mean, the vets that we use, I can take Bonnie in sometimes if she's feeling a bit under the weather. They just check her out. They don't charge me nothing. And even though I ask them, do you want any money? And they said, no, it's all right. Obviously, if she's having any sort of medication, injections or tablets, and that's different. I mean, Bonnie was really ill this year. We had to take her down. They got like a veterinary hospital down in the port. And it's like a 24/7 place. So if it's emergency, especially on Sunday night, we can ring up and we can take Bonnie straight down. There'll be somebody at the door. And we have had to leave Bonnie in there for a couple of nights. And the bill was hardly anything, really. Thankfully, they sorted the problem out. So there's no... I mean, I think in the UK we always had like a pet insurance to obviously cope with the bills, but here we don't take out pet insurance, and I don't know. That's not a good idea. I don't know because I know obviously some animals do get really bad. I'm talking about they get cancer or they get some horrible operations. They do cost a lot of money, admittedly, but we haven't got a pet insurance. We find we can cope with the bills at the moment. Yeah. And obviously, I'm just looking on here about there's also dog sitters here on campus. So that's where actual people will come to your house. So if you go away, they'll come to your house. They'll stay in your house and look after your pets. Because Bonnie's not very good at going anywhere now. What we found out, we just take Bonnie with us wherever we go now. But I know they got dog sitters and people can go away, like I just said, and look after the property. So that's another good idea, I suppose, isn't it? Looking after the property while away, and also looking after the doggy and giving it lots of walks. And this time of year, it can be not difficult because I get up at 7 and I walk Bonnie. It's nice and cool then, and usually we go out. Now our days are getting shorter now. I've just noticed, so we go out about 8 o'clock now and have a walk about the Condado. Yeah, so good question there. Right, let's have a quick look if I missed anything. Let's have a look because this shot we got 33 in the house, not as many as we usually get, I must say. Deb's in the house. We got Jose, looks like Jose, Fortuna. Anyway, yeah, I'll be mentioning about the biogas. That obviously is a popular subject. I think I talked about it the other week, but I have actually got a question about the biogas because I went to a meeting this week all about what's going on, what they're doing about the biogas plant. But that'll be later on in the evening. Susan, been hot again. Yeah, it's been a bit of a melter, isn't it, lately? And I'll be honest, I did say the other week I'll be going in the pool. Do you know what? Come the afternoon, I'm just too coming outside. It's just like sticking your head in the oven. I haven't been going in the pool every day, unfortunately, and today was one of them. Colin's in the house, Mark. So we all caught up again. No, got some more here. Pets World, yeah. Well, we ain't got Pets World here, but I know there's Pets World. I think you did a video on that, didn't you, Mike? In Torveka. I think it is Torveka, isn't it? John, my pet charged me £40 just to phone me up to tell me blood. That's what I mean. In the UK, it's just a right rip off, isn't it? I mean, I used to think 25 quid was a rip off. £40 now, is it? So Colin's saying, "Hi, Sean, Bonnie in Spain do the dog passports." Yeah, I mean that's one of the things you got to do. Obviously, when you come here, is get everything up to date. Um, because if you don't, problems arise. And getting a dog passport is pretty easy. Just sticking a photograph on there, and then obviously the vets will. I mean, our vets filled it all in for us. Didn't even charge us. That's what I love about it. Is there anywhere not dog friendly in Campersol? I, of course, wouldn't expect the gym, but any shops and cafes? Good question. That now here in Spain, they've gone. I wouldn't say gone over the top, because when we first arrived here in Spain, we could take Bonnie down to the beach. They did say, obviously during the summer season, you know how to take your dog on the beach. But that, in a sense, that's obvious because you could imagine how hot it is. And I would never think of doing that with Bonnie anyway. But obviously in the evening. But now, I think past 5 years now, dogs have got their own beaches. I think in the Mazarrón area we got 3 dog beaches, and I've done a video on them a while back. If you check out my playlist, you can take the dogs down on the dog beach. There's dog poo bins, and I believe most places are pretty dog friendly. I mean, obviously you can take. I don't know about the supermarket. To be honest, Bonnie didn't like going into place, but it's too noisy. I'm not going to say you can take them in, but I know most of the cafes. I go to the Rendezvous, and I think all the ones where I am, they got cats and towels. They usually have bowls of water left out for the animals, not just for the dogs. Obviously, you got cats as well. People take cats out. um, yeah, I would say they're pretty dog friendly. And also down the road, we got I call it the council kennels. That's where all the stray dogs end up at. And I think it's twice a week. Members of the public, most of them come from campus, so I think you just got to show your ID, either your passport or your TIE card, and you can take the dog for a walk because they don't get walked much, unfortunately. They get locked up in the kennels all the time. So even if you don't want a pet, you could always go to it's got a name for it, and I can't think what it's called at the moment, but some of my friends go down there twice a week to walk the dogs, walk them around a circuit, gets them out and about, a bit of exercise, and also it gets them used to people again. And I think also you can adopt a dog. I think they have got cats there as well. So yeah, I would say they're pretty dog friendly. I don't think, the gym wouldn't allow it, even though I suppose they could do a bit of exercising, couldn't they? But I know we got these outdoor activities you could obviously take your pets for, and also not forgetting we got 2 dog parks on campus. So we got one main proper dog park, as I call it, and I've heard lately they actually put up a shade now. They got like a pergola thing, so you can sit down in the shade and let your dog run around. They've got some exercise things, tunnels and seesaw things for the dogs to run about. And I know they got one big one down in the port, but I know on B near the garden nursery, there's one there. I think that one you have to pay for, and I think you can take your dog in there by itself, or you can take the dog. I'm not really 100% what it's all about there, but it's like another dog park, but you have to pay to go in that one. But yeah, I would say if you got a doggy, I mean, loads of people got dogs there. Every Sunday, I take Bonnie to Rendezvous because the lady from Towels comes out because they cook the Sunday dinners, and all the beef that they think is left over goes to the dogs. The dogs get better food than what we do. So Bonnie's there waiting for a portion of beef, and all the other dogs, they all get a bit of beef. I mean, that's what I love about this place, the community side of it. And I think this morning we had about 5 dogs this morning. I think the other week we had like 6 or 7 dogs. So you see, they look after their pets here. Right. Yeah, I'm not gonna Re. Re? Oh, it's Re. Makes the name simpler. Pets World in Spain do the dog passports at a good price. Cheers, Mike. Thanks for that. Okay. So we got Graham. Oh yeah. Do you know about squatter problems in the area? Yes. We got squatters across the road from us. We've had squatters across the road from us for about 2 years now. I mean, to be honest, they're pretty good. I mean, they're pretty. They're no nuisance. Unfortunately, the house had no owner. No, there's no ownership, and this is how these squatters do it. If they find a property that they can get into and it's got no owners, you can't. They can't get them out unless they're a nuisance. Obviously, if they're a nuisance, yeah, the police will get them out. But if they're no nuisance, then they're there. But obviously, the squatter problem here in Spain is you got 48 hours to get them out, and that's all to do with the owner. So obviously, holiday owners have got 48 hours to react to it. Others they've got to contact the place saying that I'm the owner. I've been told that squatters are broken in, and they'll deal with it apparently. But after that, it has to go to court. But squatters all over Spain is just one of those laws that some regions are better than others. But I know in the Murcia region that they're pretty lax really on squatters. I mean, as long as they're not causing a problem, there's no big deal. But there are squatters about. But one thing about having a community system here is, as soon as you see something going on, like a neighbour, is straight onto the place. There's an app that I've got. So if you're living in Spain, you should have this app, guys, and it's called, just to get the name right. they've changed the blooming. It's called Cops Alert. You know what? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, Alert Cops. Sorry, it's called. I don't know if you can see that in the camera at the bottom. It's called Alert Cops, and if you click on that, you can take photographs. You can contact. You can go straight to the police, and if you phone up, there'll be a number that goes straight to the police. And if you've got a problem with speaking Spanish, you can speak English. Obviously, well, they speak English to you. Obviously, if you've been harassed and things like that, something's going on, take a photograph, send it on the alert. It's run by the Guardia, and then put it through to the local branch to deal with. They're pretty good here, really, the police, and we do see them come around, and they do on the spot checks and the roundabouts, checking people, not making sure they haven't been drinking too much. Yeah, but yeah, the squatter thing's never go away, unfortunately. But yeah, we have got them in the area, but they're in all areas, guys. I know squatters being on some of the golf resorts. Just because you live on a golf resort, don't think it will be free from squatters. Kev, the Spanish fireman hose A and hose B have been busy this week with the fires. Am I missing something there, Kev? I mean, I know that obviously the north of Spain have had some horrendous forest fires, which we don't tend to get, to be honest. Thankfully, in this area, as far as I know, other than the green waste areas that went up in smoke about a month ago, we haven't had any fires in. Now, I know that they've closed down the Sierra Spooner. That's one of these big national parks. That's been closed off now, obviously, because they don't want people chucking a cigarette butt, because most of it's pine trees. And you can imagine how tinderbox that would be if that went up. But thankfully, we haven't got that there. I saw a message today. Now, the local Spanish police do a Facebook page for us English people. And apparently, if there is a fire in the area, the helicopter with the big bucket is allowed to nick your water out your pool if need be. Bit dangerous, I would have thought, but if they've got no other water about, then usually in this area we got loads of reservoirs. Reservoirs, does that sound right? For the farmers, and that's where they tend to get the water from. Obviously, if they're close to the sea, that's fantastic. But obviously, most fires are usually inland. And we have had fires over the years, and you get 2 or 3 big helicopters that come in, and obviously the fire brigade would come out. We got obviously Mazarrón got its own local, but usually it ends up with like Totana, Alhambra would come in as well. Yeah. So let's get on. What time is it? Oh, it's only half past already. Very hot on the Condado, says Mark. Dying. Can be, can't it? See, I'll just check the old temperature again just to make sure it might have gone down. No, still the same, 29. Mike saying hello, Yogi. What do you have to do in Spain for funeral plans? Have you and Pam set anything up in the future, Sean? You mean Jan, don't you, Maria? Yeah, I'll tell you what, one of the first things we dealt with was we used green leaves. There's quite a few of these funeral things about. The reason we did green leaves, you can pay a monthly thing. I think we did it over 5 years. So we are talking about doing another one because obviously we done one plan. So if one of us dies, because usually that's happens, it's very rarely that you both going to die at the same time. But if one of us dies for some reason, like you do, you just walking along and you die, don't you? So yeah, we have got that. But I'll tell you what, the most important thing you got to do, guys, when you live in Spain, is get a will, and it's got to be a will that's in Spanish and English. Don't just get a will that you used to do in the UK, where you can go into WH Smith's and buy one of those 50 pence will things. You've got to have a proper will here in Spain. And honestly, if your partner or it's I've known a few people that we'll do it because it's on the end of your list, isn't it? Dying, isn't it? When I'll do it one day. But honestly, it happens. I mean, as you get older, when you sit around, you see a lot of people dying. And honestly, a will and obviously a funeral package is a big help because that's one of the stresses that you don't want to worry about. Got all the rest of it coming at you about a tax and solicitors, but having a will, that's going to put it at ease a little bit. So, and it don't cost a lot. And even the green leaves thing, I think we was paying €50 a month for it for 5 years. Sounds a lot, doesn't it? But thankfully here in Spain, there's no fancy stuff. You get cremated, so you end up in a pot. But yeah, it's so funeral plans is a must, and also top of the list, I think first is a will, a will, not well, a will. Shout out to Mike and Yvonne between the lakes. It's Mike's birthday recently. Yes, Mike's reached that age of 80. He's looking good for his age, I must say. Graham, how easy it is to register a DJI Neo to fly in Spain, or is it small enough to go? No, Graham, every drone that's got a camera on it, even at under 250, no, under 249 grams, because I know these things, you have to register it because it's got a camera. Because obviously you've got to remember that a camera in Spain, they're pretty hot on it. I think a guy in Tenerife has just been fined. He flew it into a festival. There was some pop festival going on, which you're not allowed to do anyway. And he got caught. And I think it's like €200,000. Will he pay that? That's another thing. Yes, you have to register it. And obviously you have to register it in the country that you're going to. So if you're living in Spain, you have to go onto the ASSSA site, and it's right palaver. But if you've got a digital signature, makes life so much easy. But yeah, you can't use your UK registration and fly here in Spain. So be warned, because I've been stopped twice now since I've been living in Spain, and the police seem to know all about it. Is Yogi still squatting at your place, Sean? He will be soon, but not this. I think October he'll be squatting for 2 weeks. 2 weeks of hell. Because Yogi's driving is amazing, but so stressful, Colin. Right. So Kev is just saying here now, right, new squatter laws coming in this year, many more powers for the police to evict, but the first 48 hours is the most important. Maybe already being not sure. Yes. I think the 48-hour thing has always been the big biggie, really, and it has to be the owner that deals with it. So, like I mentioned before, with holiday owners that got properties here in Spain. Now, some people will have like a property maintenance people that will come around, keep an eye on the property. What most people tend to do, they ask a neighbour. If they see something going on, they see a light coming on in the house, they think, oh, he said he's away for 2 weeks. They just contact them and say, no, I'm away in the UK. Then it's up to the owner to contact the Spanish police. They could contact the English police and deal with it. Now, the only other major problem is if they got kids. If they got kids, that's a problem. But as long as they do it in the 48 hours, the police will be able to get them out. After that, if they got kids, it turns into a nightmare for the owner because he has to take it to court. And if you know what Spain's like, it can go on for months. Other than there is a couple of groups here in Spain. You have to pay them, obviously, and they come round. I mean, I might as well just say they're the heavies. The apparently it's within the law. They just tell them, I think you better leave, mate. And if they don't, well, obviously something happens to them, I suppose. But then they've broken into a property, so that's the police don't seem to intervene on that. But yeah, it is a bit of a nightmare for people when it happens. But thankfully, from what I've heard lately, we have got squatters on campus. There's no point in saying we haven't, but I know we got squatters other places in Spain. Okay, because that was puffed me out. That is right. Anyway, it's our pass, but I've just seen Maria's got a question here. I think, Sean, do you have any idea what the funeral arrangements are like in Spain? Bit of a sad topic, but one that's fairly important. I feel now. A good one. I'll answer this one, and then I'll do the free magnet Sunday picking. Yeah, funny enough, me and Jan have been talking about that lately because I don't think people really know what to do when your partner dies or your friend dies, say next door. What do you do? Who do you contact? Those sort of things. Now, thankfully, on campus, we have got a group called Help the Aged. Now, obviously, there'd be a very good place to contact straight away for information. I mean, I personally, it's something that I've been thinking about making a video of, but it's very, very difficult trying to. I mean, unfortunately, we had a friend of ours who husband passed away. Now she's just gone. She's returned back to the UK now. She just can't live here anymore, and she's returned back to the UK. I couldn't ask. She was a friend, and I just couldn't ask her personal things about how you do it. But if you got some sort of like we've got golden leaves now, on golden leaves, you just phone them up, and then I would imagine they just tell you the procedure you do. Now we got obviously here in Spain, they don't hang about when somebody dies. Within 2 or 3 days, that's it. You're cremated. But obviously, if you got family back in the UK and they've got a problem coming up, they can hold it off for a bit. And we've got a Spanish, what I call crematorium, and we got an English one. And they put up things every so often on Facebook when somebody's passed away. They never tell you what they died of, but they'll say, thingy's pegged it. You want to come down and say your goodbyes. So the setup is very similar to the UK. Obviously, I've been to one. You have a bit of a sing song, and you tell them about their life, don't you? And you can have flowers taken there. So the setup is very similar to the UK, and I think even the Spanish one is very similar as well. And it's all done very gracefully. Um, and what you're not allowed to do, I can't imagine people go with it, because you've seen it on that Belladorm series where they go up to the cross on Belladorm and they throw the ashes out over the sea. Now, you're not allowed to do that here in Spain, but I know people do it. But yeah, you end up in a pot. You can have a nice pot. And talking about the doggies and the pets, they do the same. Some of the vets will put them in a nice, lovely wooden box with a name on it. Yeah, but it honestly is something that once you live in Spain, the will is the most important, and obviously set up a funeral thing because that's just one less string. But thanks for mentioning that, Maria. Um, that makes me more to make a video like that. Right. So what I'm going to do now, because it's 25 to, I've got 48 in the house, so that means, because like I said before, I can't see how many likes I've got. So I've got to have at least 40 likes. Right. So up for grabs. So in here, this Yogi's Lucky Hat is 33 of you. Now, couple people, Sue Reeves, as she was watching, she said magnetic. Magnetic? Yeah, magnetic. Magnet. Had to be Strixie, and some of them said free sticker. Right, so hang on, because what I've got to do now, I've got to, because I'm left-handed, so I always find left-handed is a bit of a. We've got the drum roll. There's somebody in there. Yogi, because you can do it today. I got one. I got one. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open that up. That looks a long name, that. Is that Brit Mods Scott? Is that right? Am I right in thinking that? Brit Mod Scott. So Brit Mod Scott, I think I saw you on there tonight thinking about it. So Brit Mod Scott, you got Chris's free sticker, and you got Expat subscriber sticker. So well done. So get your fridge clear of all the other magnets. Make sure you got room for my magnet. So Brit, let's do it again just in case. Brit Mod Scott, I need your real name because I can't believe that that's your real name, Brit Mod. And obviously I need your address. Now, most people contact me on my Instagram account, which is Expat and Mazarrón, because you don't want to stick it on air. So just send me a message on there, or you can do it on Messenger, or you can actually email me, which is on my YouTube channel. All I can say, it's on the last page at the bottom somewhere. It says, "Are you a robot? Am I a robot?" I think it's like that. Anyway, Brit Mod Scott, top man. You got. Oh, it could be a lady. I don't know. So there we are. Right, I can see already. I've got 41 comments I ain't even looked at yet. So I've got a lot of catching up. Right, Yogi is still. Oh, Yogi is still in Sean's basement. No, he's not. He's not in my basement. I can assure you. He's back in London. He's probably been down the Indian and a lovely meal, and he's probably got his feet up watching the telly, knowing him on his 80-inch telly. You missed my drone crew. No, I didn't, Graham. I mentioned to you that. I mentioned about you need to register your drone. No matter how big it is, if it's got a camera, you have to register it. And if it's in Spain, it has to be registered in Spain. The ASSSA site will do it for you. All right. Oh, Sean, Yabas is in. Well done. Whoops, and all your second time. No, I haven't. I told you about that. The Neo. That's a good drone. Anyway, the Neo 2 is coming out very soon. They've just progressed it through the system, apparently. I don't know what the date is, but it's coming out very soon. The Neo 2. Glenn, all right, Sean, do you go through the EU? Now I think I got that question here, Glenn. All right, sure. I got that. You asked me that the other week, didn't I? I didn't get around to answering it. So how long are we doing? How long are we doing? Oh, thinking about it. Funny enough, Glenn, as I'm on it, I actually got that as a question that you asked me a couple of weeks ago, didn't I? I didn't get around to doing it. So Glenn's here is saying, when you travel back and forth to the UK, does your passport get stamped, or do you go through the EU lane and mates? How many times do you think I go back to the UK then, Glenn? I think the last time I went back to the UK, I went by wheelchair, apparently. I think we're talking probably 2 or 3 years ago when I was really bad. Yeah, got to have been 3 years ago. It was my last visit back to the UK. I went to visit my daughter and the kids. If you're watching, kids, it's not late. It's only gone 9 o'clock in the UK, isn't it? Yeah, I went back, but I went back on a wheelchair. I took the wheelchair service. I was walking really bad in those days. And to be honest, didn't do nothing in my passport. But anyway, what I've done, Glenn, I went on the internet for this because I don't go back at all. And I forgot to ask Jan about it. I have heard some people say that their passports are running out of pages because they get stamped so many times. I mean, I can remember actually asking people, could you stamp my passport because I've got no stamps in it. So, anyway, on the internet it says when travelling between the UK and the EU, UK citizens will have their passports stamped as the UK is no longer part of the EU. So that's why they stamp it then. So there you are. See, I haven't been back because I'm classed as a Spanish residency, so I suppose that's why I never get it stamped. They will also need to use the all passports or other passports lane in the EU border control points, as they're no longer eligible to use the EU, the EEA, or the CH lanes. As far as I know, you just come out of off the plane, don't you? You pick up your bag, and then you got EU or non-EU, isn't it? If you go for the non-EU, they search you, don't they? Anyway, carrying on from that, starting in late 2025. Now, I think this is changing in October because I can remember Yogi asking about this, but there seems to be more talk about in October for some reason, or even end of September. Starting in late 2025, the way non-EU travellers entering the Schengen, I know I'm not saying it right, the Schengen zone will undergo a sufficient transformation. See, there's some big words there, isn't there? The European Union plans to launch the entry and exit system, the EES. They love their abbreviations, don't they? Replacing the traditional passport stamping with a biometric based system that records fingerprints and facial scans and external Schengen borders. This new system aims to enhance the security, streamline the border control procedures, and tackle issues like overstayed visas and fraudulent documentation. However, for millions of travellers from countries like the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, the shift could bring both convenience and initial disruptions. As Europe moves towards digital border management, what does this mean for the visit in the Schengen area? Sorry, guys. You know my English is pants. Right, so there you are. I mean, I got a feeling, I can remember years ago when I come back into the UK, this is going back a long time, must have been about 9 years ago, I went to North London. I can't even think what it's called now. It's not Heathrow, it's not Gatwick, the other one. I went there and they had this thing where you take your glasses off, you look into the machine, you stick your hand, you stick your passport on it, innit? Never worked. I did it 3 times, and the lady saying, "Oh, during the queue," and there's one person, and there must be like 200 people in that queue because the machine did. Now that obviously was going back a long time, so I take it that system now has been rectified. But I know that's starting very soon. I think I did hear that Corvair Airport or Murcia International Airport has got that system in already, but I don't know if they're working. But obviously, the other thing I've been hearing lately, there's been Ryanair strikes by staff, baggage staff are on strike, France baggage are on strike, as always in the summer, isn't it? But yeah, so no, my passport is completely empty. But then that's because I'm an EU person. I've always been an EU person, but anyway. Graham, is it possible to tell the Guardian? Is it possible to tell the Guardian the wife is a squatter and have her carted off within 48 hours? Nah, they won't have it. They won't do that. But it's worth it to try, isn't it? All right, joking aside. Yeah, apparently, you're right there, Graham. There is an insurance you can take out. I think what it is, to help the squatter is just to pay the bill. It's like a squatter's insurance to pay for the legal palaver of getting the squatters removed. Um, I never actually found that policy, but I have heard it, and that's very true what you're saying, Graham. Terrible squatters, not far from us in Torrevieja, made the news. Didn't it? So I mean, we do get news, obviously, but we haven't heard anything about that lately. Spain registration drone is a stressful, difficult pain. Use French Alpha Tango. Can get an operator ID in a minute. There you see. There you are, Graham. Steve knows. I mean, another thing that's worth looking at, Graham, if you're going to get the registration, so is get the Irish one, because obviously it could be in English, but you have to pay for it. One good thing about here in Spain, you covered it for 2 years and it's free, but it is, I will be honest, it even trying to re-register it is a nightmare. But if you've got a digital signature, it does make things a lot easier. But yeah, so thanks for that, Steve. The French Alpha Tango, right? Arena. I love the image of community. I've been seen in Campus Hall, but I would be there full time. Is there many options to get involved only with present for vacations? Is there many options to get involved? Yeah, I mean, obviously, another good thing about Campus Hall, there's so many things going on. You know, you can work in a shop at MABS, the charity shop. You can get involved in doing that yoga stuff and playing tennis. There's a women's chat group. Well, that must be exciting. There's loads of things going on. You've got, I think I mentioned it before, the community sports. There's another app I'm mentioning now that's worth getting. Obviously, it only works for this area of Campus Hall, and it's called Hello Events. I don't know if you're going to see that. This there's the light on it, but it's called Hello Events. Two separate words. It's a free app. You can download it, and it tells you what's going on in the week. I'm talking about quizzes, singing, dancing, sporting events. Very, very useful. Loads of things to do. So you could never get bored here. That's for definite. Andrew is saying after recent doodahs, UK pets can get an EU passport again soon. Update due shortly from government. Pets that come and go within the 90-day rule. Well, that's good, because I know that's what some of my friends who've got the 90-day thing, they say every time they got to come back into Spain, they have to get a veterinary form that costs, depending on wherever they get it from, can cost quite a lot of money. More rights for their owners, says Andrew. Well done, Brit Mod Scott, because you won you didn't know, I think you do know, you won tonight's free magnets Sunday. Me again, yes, you. So I'm thinking about you. Yeah, you had one again, haven't you? God, see, looking after you. So I obviously got you on the list then. Right. Mark, oh, I will wait. And now you, Mark, there's always next Sunday. You in for a chance. Sticker and Maxi. You got a sticker now. Oh, you got a sticker previous, and now you got a magnet. So you got the whole set. And poor old Des, he ain't got a magnet yet. Your hat is not lucky. Yeah, bring over. That's it, Yogi. You got to bring over a new hat. Okay. Oh, God, I must be so far behind. I can't believe I've got all this. All right. If in Spain on a non-lucrative, it's important to get your passport stamped, especially coming back into Spain. Right, there you are. See, so if you're on a non-lucrative, guys, you'll get your passport stamped. Nice. Never work. Sean, stay in Spain, mate. You're too English to visit the UK. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've always been too English, mate. Sean, are you and Jan planning to move to North Wales? I think Jan is. I think Jan was saying to me the other day about North Wales. I like to live there 3 months of the year, and I said that ain't happening. But you can always dream. That's what I said to Jan. You can always dream. Right. So Graham's saying the squatter policy is from Linea Directa. Right. Okay, keep trying. That's what Mark says. Right. So hopefully I can get on with another question now. As it's only 10 minutes, 8 minutes too, would you believe? Which is pretty good. Right. So I got that out of the way. Right. I'll tell you what I'll do because right. So I've got two lots of questions here, but I think the main one that most people are talking about. So Phil was asking about the condado. I will mention that. What I say now, Phil, nothing's happened about the wave thing. Nothing. The giant pond in the middle of the square. Nothing. And it's dry as a bone. But what I will say, they've got some new shops. But I will talk about that next week. But I'll question that anyway, because I think I've got a question from Glenn asking about, and I've had obviously a question in here about it as well, and that's about any news on the bio factory being built. Obviously, it's been in the news. It's picking up a lot of attention now from the outside world. Hasn't got back to BBC yet, but it's picking up a lot of attention at the moment. So if you didn't know, and I'm going to put up the map now. Right, so you can see my little hand there. So this is what that is green. That's Camp de Sol A, and that's where I live. And up here, which ain't, it's not. We're not even talking 1,000 meters. Just here is in the middle. Hang on, let's get this right. So in the middle is the solar farm, all the solar panels, and what on the corner here, the first turning. This is where this biogas plant's going to be built. Can't believe how close it is to a bigger urbanisation. And as I mentioned before, Campus was like a town. And also, I can't also believe that it hasn't made main news because to be honest, when I went to the meeting, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, I went there because it went so quick. There was over 200 of us in this little room with the aircon on, thankfully. And it had to be broken down into, because we're not all expats anymore. We got Swedish, we got French, we got Belgium, German. So there was, I think we had Spanish, English, and French being translated. So it went on for about an hour, and it was mainly about what's the next progress, because obviously on that day that I went there was the last day that you could put in a signed petition that you don't want it. And as we all said in that hall, well, I would imagine I've got nothing against this biogas. It's pretty well built. Not, it's well named all around. Big in Germany, big in France. It's in the UK. I can't believe that where they're building it so close to an urbanisation, when there's loads of spots, even going down towards Mazarrón, there's a big wasteland down there, actually put aside for industrial. Why don't you stick it there? But it's been going around, been meetings in small villages nearby. You've got El Paraton, you've got La Pena, which is just off this road here, just up the road. Now, poor old La Pena has got another one proposed to be built the other side of them, so they're stuck in the middle of it all in Fontianimo. And I went to check that because that's actually on the map. When you put it on the Google map, it comes up, the Fontianimo biogas plant. But when I went there, there was nothing there. Just a big notice board saying, that they're on about building one. And I actually found it. But apparently in the meeting, they said that they're going to build Murcia. Once 40 of these places built in the Murcia region, they want to be the leaders of Spain with biogas plants. And at the moment, they don't seem to be having a good time of it because they're being kicked out. But apparently, in the meeting, they were saying at Torrepeca, they've got one near a school and the kids wear masks. Now, I can't find that Torrepeca one yet. Now, people said to me it's not going to smell. To me, it's more about accidents. If that went up, because it's methane gas, being so close to where we are, and Spain's notorious for fiddling it. I think they're on about, I think they said 40 trucks, but it could be as much as 75 trucks per day going in there. And we're talking about cow poo, pig poo, obviously green waste is a thing, but that's very small. It's mostly about animal waste, turning it into methane gas. Now, funny enough, just further up near the Condado, we got a massive waste tip, which I don't think a lot of people on the Condado know about. And then the other side of the Condado, they got 2 more waste tips. But some people said, "Oh, it's not on campus, so why bother?" But guys, it's just down the road. I mean, the thing that I'm more concerned about is how big is that going to get eventually? If they want 40 of these things built in the area and they don't get to build half of them, does that mean if they get permission to build this one? Anyway, pulling it all down too short, the mayor, apparently, I don't know if it's 100%, but I've been told if the mayor can stop it. Now, on that meeting, our councillor lady, that is the Spanish lady for Camposol, she was sat in her office. She obviously didn't want to get involved in it, but as far as I've been told, the mayor can stop it. Now, the mayor has said, funny enough, that he's not standing in for the next election. I wonder why. But apparently he can stop it, but as far as we know, anyway, from this meeting, they've handed in the petition. I don't know how many votes have gone in. No doubt that'll be mentioned in the next week. Obviously, the major thing is it's summertime. Spain shuts down for a month, and nothing will get done until September now. How soon could they build it? I don't know. They've been on the radio, apparently. They did a radio thing the other week. They got a lady, that was a PR lady, was answering all the questions. The only thing she couldn't answer was, so what happens in 20 years' time? Does the plant get cleared up? She couldn't answer that. Well, obviously, if you know Spain, you've only got to look at the mines. They just leave it. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm against it total. I don't want it on the doorstep. I'm quite happy if it's down the road. Further down the road, yeah, fine. Have it next to the eco park. Why not? But having it just down the road, no, it's too close. And to be honest, it ain't to do campus any good having that stuck on our doorstep. But anyway, that's my point of view. I'm allowed to say what I like. All right. If I got any more questions, let's have a look. Right. Oh, apparently I think we have. Right, wear a hijab, turn up in Wales on a boat. I might have to do that in years to come, Colin. Right, that pool in the Kaiser is an eyesore. Yep, I have to agree. I mean, I think a couple of years back they were going to do something really nice. They were going to do like a little island. Anyway, guys, I've just noticed the time, so I'm going to say adios, amigos. I'll catch you back next week. Now, if you've got any questions you want me to answer, please add them below the video because I can see I've got quite a few here that I've missed out. But it's 11 o'clock. I want a shower because the temperatures. Let's get this right. Anyway, Brett Mod Scott, you're top man. I will stick it in the post this week. It's still 29, so I'm going to say adios. Have a great week, and I'll catch you next Sunday. Adios, amigos.